Right, so, good morning, my fellow weebs. This is your friend in the neighbourhood weeb, Theta. So, story time. This right here, the Saint Benedict convent that lone wolves intent on Randonautica tried to take me to. Now, his intent was obviously no fear, and I can tell you a little story about this place and why obviously no fear is kind of ideal for this bit. So, a guy that I used to know that lived in Hill Street, which is the road down from this place that you're seeing on the screen now. Used to have kind of like really overgrown bushes, like unkempt bushes all around. Basically, back when I was younger, yeah, I know that's hard to believe, isn't it? No, but back when I was like, I think I was in secondary school or primary school. I'm not really sure. Can't remember. But anyway, me and an old friend of mine, well, we're not friends anymore, and I'll save that for another story. From this first building here, you used to be able to come up the wee path, going round, past this bit, and doing that long stretch there. And obviously, down by those trees, you see how in the picture now, like they look dead. Well, that singular tree in the distance there, well, it's like a bush or something. Around the corner there, right? They had a place where it was very unkempt. And obviously, this is obviously, and when they took this picture, they obviously have a time to kind of like keep up the garden and that. But down there, past that, see how I'm zooming it in to that tree right in the centre of the screen. Past that tree, right, was my unkempt bushes that you had to kind of, if you want, basically what I'm trying to say is me and my mate used to go up there and in the corner, run past that tree there, to explore a bit. Back before, this was like years before Randonautica, obviously, and years before urban exploring. So I don't know if there was like urban exploring channels or like outlets back when me and my mate went up here. We're talking about in 1991 or something, I'm not sure. I'm really foggy in the years, but just bear with me. Because obviously we went in that corner, as I says, right, and my mate's here, I think my mate said something along the lines of, hey, there's something in there. And I'm like, right, okay. So there used to be like an abandoned pit in the corner, like they weren't using. This is when all this was in a state of disrepair. It basically looked like this, right? But it was all kind of, trees were like all along here, as I remember. I might be wrong. the grass was obviously looking a little bit better than it is there. And all the way around it was really unkempt, like, the bushes were all kind of, like, not well looked after, and all of them trees weren't dead. Oh, most of them were dead, but some of them were, like, still alive. Full kind of leaves and that, all the way around there. So basically you went up there and no one can see you. But anyway, my mate was like, there's something in that bush, go down and get it. I'm like, alright, okay, but lo and behold, we went through I think it was either me or him that went through the prickly bushes, and at the time, I think we were, well, he was younger than me, so he'll be younger still now. He'll be in his late 20s now. I'd say about 26 or 25. So basically I'm 36 now, so he would have been... I don't think. But anyway, we were in the corner, either me or him went through the bush, and I never guess what we found. Strewn in the bushes. And what I mean by strewn is like bits of it were in the bush. Yeah, back then, me and him, up here at the St Benedict convent, found a porno mag. Bits of it, mind you, so we couldn't see anything. Bits of it. And it basically... By the way, it's kind of, over the years, this place is kind of, like, obviously been brought back up to code, and it looks quite nice now, because it's a church now, apparently. The Lighthouse Church. I'm not sure exactly which building here, either this bit here, or a small building there, or if it's all part of the church now. I'm not really sure, but what I do know is part of this should still be, I think, this bit here, this building here, is now the local radio station in Dumfries, Alive FM, or whatever they call themselves now. They used to be called Alive FM, and I was interested in getting a job there, but then obviously I didn't get it because I don't think they're actually looking for anybody to work there. But yeah, this was, probably still is, the building I'm showing you now. Part of the building I'm showing you now is Alive FM, or whatever they call themselves now. The only broadcaster in Dumfries. It's like, because they said that their radio mast wasn't strong enough to broadcast outside of Dumfries. It's a pretty, like, weak kind of radio broadcast tower thing they had. I'm obviously doing there. That's heading down towards, like, someone's house. Because there's a house, and then you come up the wee pathway up here. So obviously, that's why I didn't go up there in my last random Rock video. Even though I wanted to know what the point was, because it didn't bring me right up here. It was wanting to bring me down about where that white rock is. Right there. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. So I mean, obviously no fear. Obviously meaning that you don't know what's happening up here now. Obviously it's another church probably. But to be honest though, it changes hands quite a lot, so it'll probably be a church for quite a while now. And changing it to something else at a later date, I'm not really sure. So I mean, that's been my wee story about the time that me and my mate at the time came up here to a convent. Obviously, it wasn't a convent when we went up there, but it is now. But so technically, an abandoned convent. This was back when me and my mate went up here quite a few years ago, and we found bits of a porno mag and a gentleman's magazine in the bushes around the corner there. Well, not a full one, obviously. It was all ripped apart, and bits were all in the bush. So, yeah. Convents are not all prudish. And I feel like obviously what I mean by prudish is they don't like modern things. Like, oh, we've got that in our grounds. We're prudes. We don't believe in that. We're backwards. Like nuns and everything, like how they're. But I'm not going to get into a religious argument in this story time. So, anyway, thank you for joining me. And I am going to make myself a coffee. Because I just had to get this kind of story out for you guys. So please come watch it while I'm having my coffee. And kind of like waking up. But anyway, another story time will be coming at some point. The next story time will be when I found out how much of a douchebag my mate was. The one that came up here at the convent with me back when we were way younger. So now, thanks for joining me for this ramble. Story time, if you will. Time for some more coffee. Stay gold. Stay gold.